Hey, everybody. I'm Dave Foley. Paul Sims is taking a break, so I'm filling in for him. And in the room, commenting on this episode is...
Andy Dick.
Joe Rogan.
And Esteban Root. All right, that's enough of that.
And now,
What was that? Was it some
I don't
French
know.
thing you're
I'm
doing?
trying to remember. This is...
Oh my
This
God,
is, was
I'm
this
skinny.
the...
Look how skinny you are, Andy.
Yeah.
Is
Fresh
this the
face-
pilot?
No.
Here's an unusual thing. I'm wearing a double-breasted suit.
Yeah.
That's odd, isn't it?
Was this one of the first episodes where we all wound up lined up in front of the coffee machine? Remember
that's
how there
what we
was
always used to do that.
several episodes?
Yeah.
The jam up in front of the coffee
Yep.
machine. How natural.
Stand
Yeah.
there. Ooh,
This one is called In Through the Outdoor, which isn't that gay?
Yeah.
yes, of course it
If
is,
you
Andy.
think about it. Yeah.
How dare you?
And it's a Led Zeppelin album. It's about being a rebel.
It's about, all right, come on, Dave.
I
Now
feel
take
like
over
something
moderator
physical's about to
position
happen.
Well,
and ask us
I just
questions
want to hear you
now.
guys talk about stuff.
All right.
I don't.
Well, ask us something.
How weird is it to see Phil? Does it freak you guys out?
No, it doesn't. It just seems like he's always around anyway.
That's the thing is I forget he's dead a lot of the time when I'm watching him on a show. I'll watch him like I'll see Old Sour Lives or our show or some movie, and I'll forget that he's dead, and then I'll be laughing, and then I'll sort of go, oh, right, and it kind of
I know, it's weird.
drag.
It is. I guess it is odd, but he just feels like he's here anyway.
Yeah.
So I found some 3D photos I took on the Titanic episode.
I remember that bit, Andy.
It was such a
That
slow
was
fall.
for a long
it was
time.
really
He
a long
fell
time.
down.
That was a good fall, Andy.
And
There was a lot of discussion of that one.
And we did that for what, a whole year?
A whole
Where
year.
you fell down every
Just
episode,
one?
Andy.
Just 1 year?
Yeah, I think so. Because
Some
made
of
us
them were
stop after that.
outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could feel it coming. I couldn't remember what, but I could feel. Remember that one weird one where I was supposed to be on ice?
Yeah. Yeah.
really,
and
I
you
was
were on
on
roller
heels.
skates or something?
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, that was a weird one because you could see that I was kind of shaking, trying to keep my balance.
And there you are again.
Oh, this is the betting episode. This is the
Pencil?
Oh,
Where you can't
God,
bet.
this is the one
Is this the
we
pencil one?
and
What do you remember about it, Joe?
I remember that it was so hard to do this because every time we did a take, I would crack up.
Oh, I do remember
Over
that.
and
Can I see
over
5
and
seconds
over
of it? I don't quite remember.
He wanted to get into betting, so we
could,
started having bets.
And he gave you lessons in betting.
Yeah, because see that opening scene, everyone was standing at the coffee machine. They were talking about bets on different sporting events.
And the big pole was still with
And this
us
is
at that
much
point.
like sitcoms where, we just say this is something you guys do all the time, even though it's the first time we've ever seen any of us doing anything.
Dude, it was just the most fun to do. I can't remember laughing harder filming an episode than when we did this. I just
Yeah,
remember
so I remember you.
yeah.
Yeah, because this
You were
was
just
I couldn't
you
stop
couldn't get through
laughing.
that.
Which part? This part here?
No, it's the betting one where he goes, which hand is the pencil in?
Oh, that. Oh, then it is the pencil
And you
thing.
can see-
Oh, yeah,
which is a great
When
bit.
is that coming up?
We
And
did
Joe
it like
just-
10
Joe
times.
couldn't get through it. You couldn't get through it.
Because it's all you can see the pencil, and then now you want me to pick that one.
Look at the Diet Cola.
Yeah, well, they were all fake cola things.
And I'll give you 100 to 1 odds.
Oh, that means if you win, you get $10, but if I win...
You get 1,000.
This is where you started to be more of an idiot, Andy.
Yeah.
This episode.
4. No, 3. Good try, then.
What are we betting on?
What number I was thinking of?
That's horrible. Retard.
He was just a character doing it to your character. He wasn't. doing
Yeah,
to
it wasn't
you.
real.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all.
Maybe that's what happened.
It's all
Don't hate me.
pretend.
Oh, and this was a wives episode for me where I'm paring down the women to get wives.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did
you
that for a
dated-
long. We did that for a whole arc. Me trying to get
Get
a wife.
a wife.
Women,
You
yeah.
took an ad out or
Oh, I
something.
did all sorts of stuff.
Didn't you take a blimp out?
What? That's
There was
not very
something big
nice.
you took out.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Gay. A lesbian. A gay lesbian type woman, sir.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess I'm down 22. How gay is
David, you're not doing your
Oh, I'm
job
sorry.
well.
I was watching the wonderful rhythms.
It's interesting to
That
watch.
develop-
It really is fascinating for me to watch too because I haven't seen it in 5 years at
Yeah.
least.
Oh, sure.
Because I could never catch it in the reruns ever. It was on
Yeah.
cable, weird
You
late
should have
night
tried
early
watching
morning.
its first run. It was even harder.
I've tried to
A
watch
funny
it.
show.
I've flipped through the channels a few times and caught it, and it just seems like different humans. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah.
seem
I mean,
like us.
the idea of capturing something on film is so strange because
trippy.
in reality, time is right now. This is the time that's real, and that's just something that happened.
It
and
happened a long-
and
yeah,
it's really a part of your past, but I mean, it doesn't feel real.
It's
Yeah.
so
You
trippy.
watch it, it doesn't feel like real memories.
hang on.
Yeah. It's like we're
Look, you're
trapped in
breaking up
amber.
there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's actually what they used to do with celebrities was trap them in amber. That was how they would preserve them before
Like
film and
mosquitoes?
television.
They would
yeah.
trap
Little
them in
museum.
amber?
In amber, yeah, for future
Museum of
generations.
actors.
Look at Vicky, always with the hot outfits.
Now this is you can tell that Llewellyn had come into the show because we were doing some of these the other day, and from the
Llewellyn.
first batch
Do you remember the first year when
where we had
the
great scripts but lousy clothes.
Yeah.
terrible clothes really?
Oh, Llewellyn came in, and yeah, that's why. And she
Why
won.
we
She
used-
won an Emmy.
Right.
Yeah.
She
The
won an
only
Emmy
one that
for
we ever
wardrobe.
won.
Yeah.
And look,
Greatest line ever was when Phil was up for an Emmy after he was killed, and Dave turns to me after he didn't win and goes, "What's the guy got to do to win an Emmy?" And it was just so dark and fresh,
know.
but I was
So
cracking up, man.
Good.
that's dark.
And it was even funnier because Jenna Elfman and her husband were in front of me, and it just they seemed like the counter to that
I
joke.
think that's the last time I went to the Emmys. Is for,
Me too.
That's the
that
only
thing.
time I've ever been in the
Yeah.
Emmys, dude.
there's no. Don't you? You must get nominations for your show, don't you? You must.
Must get what?
For-
Emmy?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you go to the
Emmy
Emmys,
nominations? No,
Andy,
no,
for your
no.
show?
No, for
What?
For
you,
Fear
Joe.
Factor?
Yeah.
What, are you kidding me?
You must.
Daytime.
Oh,
No, wait, it's a
God,
nighttime show.
please.
It's prime.
Huh?
No,
That-
for best game show. What would it be? Best?
There's no award for
There's
getting
no
people to
award
eat
for
A
donkey
big
dicks.
reality show.
There's no awards for that. No, they just have to accept the fact that they've gotten into a position where millions of people are watching that fiasco. so they
It's a
keep
fun
it on
show.
the air.
It's a fun show. I
It's-
like that show.
It's Joe Gets Paid. It's a good thing.
It's called Joe Gets Paid.
It's very similar, but not as funny. I thought Joe Gets Paid was going to be a lot funnier.
You make it fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun show.
Well, it's fun every now and then when someone's choking on something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's how much time left before I get a check.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
this show. I remember
There's
the
a lot of
extra
hot,
in this
hot
show.
babes
The
on that
extra?
that are
Yeah,
easily
there's an
confused.
extra. That
They're
guy.
easily
Yeah.
confused.
That guy in the
but,
gray
you know,
hair
After
and
a
just
while,
like
that game gets
very
tired.
strange.
What about him? How come you remember him?
I don't know, but I remember
Who?
him being odd.
Oh, we had a lot of odd
You
extras.
remember that
They had
extra?
a
being
lot
Do you
odd?
remember-
They
you
had
know
a
what
lot
I
of
found?
odd
Talk to you?
extras. Yeah.
Do you know what I found the other day? Those brains that we used to draw. Remember,
Oh,
I started
sure.
drawing. I
Oh,
started when
diagrams.
Phil got his boat. Phil got a boat,
Right.
and he wasn't paying
Wait,
any
before you
attention
get into that,
to
before you get
anything
into
else.
that's going to be
Okay.
really.
What?
Nah.
I remember that, Frank. It's not going to be pleasant for me.
Are you gonna make us watch?
I want to
the show
just say
some
because
more?
you mentioned that extra. You know, remember Phil Dicker?
Sure.
He was Phil Harmon's stand-in.
You saw
Yes.
Phil
He's
in
my
live.
stand-in. On
How
less than-
fast?
on
I
less than
know.
So this is
know.
what
I just saw it.
this is what I was
interesting
talking about.
anyways.
This is funny, dude. We
Go,
drew
I
these
know, it's real
profiles
funny.
of people's faces
Laugh at
with their
Andy
brain.
Dick.
No, it's not about
Everyone.
Andy. It's
They
about
did everyone.
everybody,
Well,
dude.
mine was the harshest.
Come
Well,
on.
mine
Tell
was
it.
No,
Tell
it wasn't.
I
The
think
harshest
Andy-
was
I don't
the
even
girl.
know what you're talking
The
about.
girl who
Andy,
was the answered the phone. It was hate for Whitey. That was like 90% of her brain.
Yeah.
Andy, don't you remember when in the jail episode later on, in the season, you would draw me that whole thing of me in jail. It was great.
Yeah.
We would draw each other stuff.
I think
It
my
was
Those
brain,
brains were
really
great.
fun.
My
that
brain
show-
was.
I remember.
Mine
What
was
you were thinking
diagram.
about.
Yeah,
What
we
it
were
was
all
funny.
doing
What,
Okay.
what portion of your
With
brain
Maura, half the
took
brain
up
was
what
sorrow.
thought?
and mine was.
Dave was
I don't even
obscure
wanna know
Canadian
about
rock
mine.
bands.
What,
Was
coffee
hockey.
and
mine was
divorce.
obscure
I think mine
British
was.
band.
Yes, yes.
I don't even want
I think
to
mine
know
was coffee and divorce.
Yeah,
Coffee
divorce
and
is
divorce.
huge. Divorce is
brain.
90% of your
Divorce.
brain.
Come on, I'll bet you. Listen, I'll bet you the next song that WRMH plays is a really good song.
I bet it sucks. Double or nothing.
Oh, you're on. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I'm alive for the county.
You're watching me dance like
Joe never got through this scene.
I remember that. That's when you were laughing. You would laugh. At
I
that.
laughed so
On
many
my
times.
best
I know,
day.
you
How
just
many
never get
times
through
did
that.
we?
Best ones.
I couldn't help it. I tried so hard.
Come on, Bill. I really don't.
Just
think
one
we-
more time, Dave, I promise.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
No!
I remember another one when we had the pet rat. I remember another episode where I could not get through it
rat
because you
episode?
kept talking about all the things you've eaten and are you gonna die? Do you remember that? You just kept saying, "Am I gonna?" And then one time I found
at any occasion. Andy
you just
tickled
found
you, Joe.
things you would eat them. And you were asking if it was gonna kill you. And tears are coming down my eyes, and I'm biting the inside of my mouth to try to keep from laughing. I used to do different things like pinch myself. I used to. Sometimes I would smack the back of my hand against the wall so it would hurt. And then we would go into the scene. I'd be going, "Ow, my hand hurts," and then I'd be able to not laugh.
But that's endemic of how fun it was.
Oh, it was so fun.
And then remember when you were in your trailer with a girl and I tried to knock on your door?
You not tried to knock. You
I think
came in.
Yeah, I remember
you
hearing
came
about
in,
that.
Just
with
shifting
your
gears here.
with your gear in hand.
No, did I?
Yes, you did, and I chased you out.
I was ready.
You were ready.
I was finally ready.
Oh, Andy.
You came in and
right.
she screamed, and I chased you back to your trailer, and there was like these 4 lost stone dudes like moping around your trailer. I had
A couple
no
of them
idea
are out
what
here
was
in the
going
control
on.
room.
You know,
Good times.
Yeah.
it was
Good
fun.
times.
Dave, remember we used to
What?
all go to Pinot?
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
Because it was
that
right
bar.
next to
Every
Sunset Gallery.
it was on Tuesday.
Back when we were all
We filmed
drinking.
on Tuesday. Yeah, when we were all drinking, we'd go and drink.
Yep.
That was fun.
Well, and
was a
sometimes
fun
after
time.
rehearsal days. Sometimes
Sometimes.
instead of rehearsal days.
We would drink. That's true.
Instead of yes.
Oh, I remember the paper throwing.
5 minutes before Joe gets back to practice.
Okay.
Is this? I think this is.
have you lost?
I feel a physical bit
getting-
coming up. I feel a physical bit coming up. I'm not sure though. I really. I don't remember anything. But look at that. Cardigans don't work for me. They just make me
No,
look skinny.
they're
You
not
know,
good.
I was listening
They're
to
not
the
good for the
radio the other
shoulderless.
day, and they were talking about old-time radio programs, and they talked about Fibber McGee and Molly, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
opens up the closet, and all
Open
this
that
junk
door,
falls
Fibber.
out,
Yes,
and I
yes.
just thought about you in that
That's
episode where
right.
you got
Is that
all those tapes.
those?
Yeah.
You gave me the tapes of Fibber.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
my,
right.
And you
Jimmy
just thought it
gave
was
you
so
those.
funny that things were
Yeah.
falling out of
A lot,
closets.
a lot of people a lot of people mentioned that episode to me.
Oh, that was funny.
You guys all got Miatas.
That's one of the most
Wait,
interesting
here we go.
things.
Let me see what you
That's great.
happens.
Oh,
Do you remember even, Joe?
No, I don't remember
You
this
don't
at all.
remember? I thought your
This?
mind was like a steel trap. Okay.
It's like a
Look, I'm like pretending
like
like,
a
I just
pasta strainer.
noticed. Oh,
it catches a lot of things.
Yeah.
it's like a what?
A pasta strainer. It catches a lot of
yeah.
things. There's a
sieve.
few
And other
that
things
slip
to
A
through.
strain
sieve.
out.
Yeah, I gave up on that steel trap thing. It just really wasn't worth containing all that
Yeah.
information.
He shoots. And scores! Yes! 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 What? I win. No.
David?
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. I was watching
Come
the show
on.
again.
You're the
Yeah, I
question
just-
you win
Wants
answer,
it to
man.
s-
I got a
flow
little. I
smoothly.
got distracted earlier when Andy started explaining his character subtext, so I wanted to check see if it was right.
What is going on?
Now, I think all the writers and Paul started throwing these things at one time. Am I right,
Yes.
guys?
Yeah, everyone
I think,
was doing
I
it.
think
Yes,
everyone was
'cause they
throwing
wanted
them.
And more.
Yeah, it got a little ridiculous.
Stand in front of the mirror and imagine myself naked. That's like something out of Silence of the Lambs.
Good flick, good flick.
Yeah. Everybody on the whole
Just
set was
not even
throwing things at
explained.
Dave. No,
Yeah,
it
just
didn't matter.
accepting it.
How funny is it that that Vicki Lewis was on the show, and then they had the Suddenly Susan, and Kathy Griffin was like just like Vicki Lewis.
And
And her
Davey
name was
King.
Vicky.
Yeah,
Her character's
and
name
there was
was
her
this
Vicky.
character name was
there was
that's
this
right.
weird thing
And
going on
that
where I would
felt
tell
like a
people.
ripoff.
They would
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
They would
Yeah.
try to get them to photograph together, but Vicky wouldn't do it.
And how
Vicky
much
did not
want
want to be associated with Kathy.
look like me?
A lot.
I mean, that was
lot.
crazy.
How about the one time Brooke Shields showed up at your party? We were at Dave Foley's party, and Brooke Shields was walking around, and I really felt like I was in Hollywood, baby.
Yes, that got in the tabloids. That
I
party.
got a
did.
Heineken, and I'm standing next to Brooke
Yeah.
Shields.
That was the birthday party where we had like 2,000 people at the
That
house.
was pretty crazy, dude.
Uh-oh,
And
Pudding
you had
Go
those,
Boom? Is this Pudding Go
you
Boom?
had those
Go
really
Boom?
hostile female valets. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I got in a
The
huge
valet
argument.
girls.
Some valet chick stuck her flashlight in my face.
Yeah.
She got really like hostile.
Well,
with me.
we'd caused a traffic jam going from our house all the way down.
Milos
There's
isn't that
Pudding Go
Milos?
Boom.
Sunset.
Milos.
The janitor,
Milos.
man.
And the Milos
Remember,
the
he
janitor,
used to
yeah.
go by gelato.
Pudding Go
Yeah,
Boom,
the
yeah.
gelato episode, right?
That's what I do for a living. Eye takes. Did you see them?
And they're very good, David.
Are these people crazy looks?
Do you guys remember when Lauren Graham was on the show?
I love
her.
her.
Yes. She
the
did
girl from the
six
Gilmore Girls.
episodes.
She was Andrea Plan B.
Wow.
Remember
Plan B.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
just
There's a steel trap, dude.
Well,
And
I
they
just
say
remember
pot makes you lose your memory.
Yeah, I
How dare
remember
they?
some things. That was funny. Whoops.
Whoa!
They can
How
believe it.
dare you.
That
They
was
can believe it.
that
freaking.
people working.
What are you
It was
doing?
freaking funny.
That was friggin'
Can't
hilarious.
be in James all night.
Yeah.
Please. Andrea Plan B. I thought that was her name.
Who was your favorite guest on the show?
She might be. She's up there. She might be number
As a
one.
recurring, she was great. But
Yeah.
John Ritter was probably my
John-
favorite.
That
John
was
guest.
fantastic. How funny was
fantastic.
he?
He was so
That was
good.
so he was so surprisingly funny.
And
He was
yeah,
so
such a
good.
great
Just
guy.
a nice human
Yeah.
being, you know, a great
He
human
is
being.
So good.
George Hamilton was great.
I love George Hamilton, and I love George Guberlin.
George Hamilton wouldn't even make eye contact with anybody.
Broadcasting Society. As broadcasters, it is our duty. Well, I remember when George Hamilton walked on the set, and you saw Phil, and they made eye contact, and I think my joke at the time was, "Look, Phil just saw someone from his planet."
Planet Celebrita.
Celebrity. This is a big episode for you, Joe. You're in it an awful lot.
It was a fun one.
Yeah,
It was
big
fun.
show,
It was good.
Where's the,
Well, this is when they
where's
caught
the
on to
GD
the-
pencil scene?
They caught on to
Coming
the
up?
chemistry
GD.
between you two.
Can't swear. When's it coming up?
No, not the rest of his life, but maybe the next 28.
Did you ever fall in love with her? Did your character ever fall in love with her?
With Mara?
Candy.
With-
No,
Candy,
you fell in
yeah.
love
Well,
with Candy.
there was two episodes.
Fell in love
Yeah.
with Candy. I think you even had some.
There was a
No.
slap
Yeah.
episode where
There was a
Candy
kiss
slapped me like
episode, too.
30 times.
Didn't you
And I
kiss her?
remember.
Yes.
She
No.
kept slapping you over and
You
over.
Well,
guys
I
were
remember she
gonna-
wanted to slap me during rehearsals too.
Well, we all
by
did.
the
I
think
time
I
we were
told her.
filming, my face was just like raw meat.
Yeah. Now I think there were two episodes that was going to build into a relationship between you two, but I think the network had a problem with
Jungle Fever.
yeah, one of you was black and the other one wasn't.
Well,
This
they
was
see
back
me
in the
from the
90s.
waist down. Okay.
All right. You what? Very tan?
I am
Oh.
Sicilian.
Hmm.
Yeah, how weird is that? They got scared
Yeah.
of that. How
Yeah.
bizarre is that?
Yeah. TV's moved on from there, right?
Not really.
Interracial
I don't
couples
think
are all the
so.
rage now.
Stephen Root, I
What
want
did
to
I-
tell you that
Yes.
I want to get it on tape that I was just watching Lady Killers. I just want to say, and you
Yeah.
were in it, and you were so awesome. And
Oh,
then
you're nice,
the theater went black, and the film went off, and I had to evacuate 20 minutes before the
Well,
end.
as long as we're kissing Steven Root's ass. Oh, brother, where art thou,
Amazing.
dude? The blind dude
Oh,
who
that's
owned
right,
the
you're in a couple
record
of their
company.
movies.
Come on, man.
Oh, come
One of the
on.
greatest
Stop
characters
it.
of all time.
Get out.
I'm always proud of
Yeah.
you, dude. Whenever
Oh,
I go
me
to a
too.
movie and I
Me
don't know
too.
you're in it, that's my favorite. When I go to see a movie and I don't know you're in it, and all of a sudden you're in it and you're some crazy dude.
That's
You
what
know,
weird
some
guy.
bizarre
I
character.
go
That's
and I
awesome.
see
love
I
you,
no one
Joe.
knew, and I was
Oh, I
sitting
love
there, and
you
my
too,
first
man.
thought is, why didn't he introduce me to the GD Cohen brothers?
Andy,
be in those
it's my,
movies.
my
Here's
next
the
I wanna be
thing.
in those
dude.
damn
I'm going to
movies.
call him right
And
after
here's-
this session.
No, you're not.
And here's
Oh,
you-
pencil.
Andy.
Pencil.
And your
I
second.
could never
okay.
get through this.
No, this is it. We
Yeah,
got
this
to
is
we
it.
got to
Which
watch
hand is
this.
the
Which
pencil
hand
in?
is the pencil in?
And he would sniff you, and that got you so bad.
You're just barely holding it in.
You're just barely
Just
holding it together
barely.
right now. Look at him. Look at his mouth twitching.
And this, we've done this at least 10
10
times.
to
by
12
now.
times by now, yeah.
And you've punched the shit out of that desk.
Yes.
Yeah,
And that
I used to have to
monitor.
hit the
Ah, there
desk.
you go. There you go.
That was the best.
The opposite one. Or is that what you want me to do?
It is going. The jaw's tight.
Mora's
so
just so
great.
fed up with how retarded I am.
Well, Maura had to stand there for 20 takes while you did
That
it.
is just, that is like on the spectrum of retarded characters on TV.
that's it.
I mean, that's at the end,
Andy,
dude. There's no
Andy.
more road to travel.
Andy,
Yeah.
you're brilliant.
Oh,
Oh,
You
that
are.
was
Thanks.
that was the
Love you,
most
Steve.
fun
Here's
moment I
I'll
think we
fill
ever
in for
had.
Paul a little bit.
That was
now,
a good one.
what do you guys say is one of the amazing things of the show is that every two people on the show have a completely different chemistry, and it's always great.
Yeah,
like any two
everybody
people
could
put
be funny
together.
with everybody else.
And it would be a
That was great
completely
thing.
different rhythm.
It was always so bizarre.
Pair up any of us, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember many times being on the set and being in the middle of filming, and the audience would be going, and we'd be right about to do the next take, and I'd be just thinking, how lucky are we?
Oh, we were the
how
luckiest people
rare is
around.
this?
Yeah.
How often does this happen?
Well, now that we're not doing it, you can see how
Oh,
rare
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for boosting my confidence.
Screw your confidence! You're going down in flames tonight, and I'm going to end up with a face full of smoke and soot!
Look, settle down.
No, you
Yeah.
settle
Look at
down!
Bill.
You settle down!
Stop screaming at me. Bill, you are the most selfish, insecure, egotistical freak it has ever been
It was
my
so
misfortune
fun to watch it just from the wings, you know, while they were doing it.
Yeah. Oh, every time there was a scene, we were always watching the other
It was
scenes.
great.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean,
Cut right to him
My remarks now.
lying about how much he likes.
No, please. So without further ado, my very good friend and the finest broadcaster I know, Bill McNeil.
Oh, this is, after screaming at him, he didn't have a voice left. Was that the bit?
That's the game.
That was the
Oh,
bit. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. the overly long hug.
Oh, oh, great.
My voice today. Events like this would always remind me of a funny story.
That's so funny to me.
do you remember most of the episodes?
No.
I mean, not
I
the
don't
jokes,
even know,
right?
think I saw
Yeah.
this.
I remember like tiny portions of things.
Yeah, you remember
That's
little bits of each
hysterical.
one, but you don't remember the whole thing because.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there a physical thing coming up? That's all I want to know.
Now, this is the one of the scenes where Stephen
Oh, it's sad.
is warm and
Yeah, this
Warm
is
and
sweet.
fuzzy.
Oh, yeah, let me, yeah.
Well, you always had that balance. Your character always had that balance of
being
warm and
being
fuzzy and
and scary and crazy.
Scary and crazy.
Yeah.
and idiot.
I lost. Every
But you
single
were the heart
bet
of the show.
I placed.
Welcome to the club. Oh, yeah, back in the early 70s, I had the worst losing.
Well, what a great way to keep like a place together. Yeah, I mean, what a tool. You have a crazy billionaire
crazy
who
billionaire.
just
Who has a
is
heart of
completely
gold,
eccentric with a heart of gold,
You
and,
just
and
love
everybody
the
loves him, and he has all
station.
these misfits.
Yeah.
Love the
wandering around
people
his
at
job.
the station. This is where
But
you
eventually
hang out.
he kept his pets, I think.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
With all your industries you have, this is where you choose to hang out.
Always. Do you remember when you were a dentist for a while?
Oh, yeah.
You
That was insane.
and you were
Did your
really
job.
good.
Insanity. Oh, I missed the
funny.
ending line. Shoot.
Oh, I'm sure it was
Aw.
funny.
You
Paul
know what?
Sims.
Though it'll be on the DVD.
Oh wait, let's
Yeah.
talk
You
to
can
these.
watch it.
Let's
And we
talk
can
about
get
this
them
Julie
cast.
Bean. We love her. Dawn, remember her? Lou,
Yeah.
Morton,
Yeah, Lou and
Brian.
They're
Brian
sitting
Jones.
right
Sitting out
outside.
there,
You know
yeah,
all
it's
the
great.
Al
Alan
Higgins. I
Higgins.
just saw him. Sam, Chris, Jeff Greenberg.
Let's talk about people we don't like.
No.